Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So today will be a very important episode because yesterday I was talking about making samples, so I made it. Let me show you this one closer. And we have to choose what type of nails, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different versions, so we can check and choose, not this one, this one. So let me explain you what I hope that it will be visible enough in good quality to see the difference, or in the regular video it definitely will be visible. So I made 4 different nails. So these two, this is only cyanoacrylate, and I like this version because cyanoacrylate soaks in between the planks and you can see each plank clearly. It's separated, so it's just nice and beautiful to have visible edges of each plank. So even if I will choose different type of nails, probably I will soak entire deck with cyanoacrylate and then we'll drill holes and we'll install nails. Then I have this line. This is this black bamboo toothpicks. It was very convenient to imitate nails because toothpicks are very thin and with very sharp edges, so it was very easy to insert. But I don't like it because you don't have this properly rounded like even color, because bamboo has this texture with dots, and you can see these dots which look like you have drilled a few holes, and they really like imitate this mess on the deck, so that's why I don't like it. Then I have another bamboo. This is just usual size or diameter big bamboo toothpicks, and they have same texture. You can see these dots in each hole. You can see dots of the bamboo texture of the wood. And what I really like, I like this is just, I don't know what exactly the type of wood, something soft like basswood. Also toothpicks, they are very thick. You have to sharpen them before installing, so this is the only inconvenience, which takes a lot of time, but they look more realistic, and I like them. Actually, I like also cyanoacrylate ones, but they are darker, and usually I'm imitating nails with cyanoacrylate when it was made, for example, with metal nails, because you have this clear, perfect rounded edge and just dark spot like really a metal nail there. In our case, this ship was built with trannels. You have only bolts on the wales, knees, but the rest of the model, or actually ship, was built with trannels. Especially if we will look on the MAYFLOWER 2, this is exactly how she was built. So I think I will go with version just to use, I will use cyanoacrylate as a layer, which I will scrape completely, and I want to have this just straight, perfect lines, edges of my planking, and I will go with this type of nails. So just regular softwood. They really look like basswood. Wanted to open it, and probably can't. Something, can't be sure, but they really look like basswood. But when you are gluing these toothpicks, you are gluing it, just dipping into cyanoacrylate, it soaks glue, then it just that wood itself darkens, so that's why they are darker also here. And before the live stream, I already scraped the deck on the forecastle and on the stern castle, so I will pour cyanoacrylate on top of it and will scrape one more time, and then I will do the same with the main deck, and we can start marking beams. And talking about beams, I honestly haven't checked the drawings in the kit, but I will do it right now, so we can compare how accurately the ship designed or model, because we have book, and in the book we have all the beams. We don't have to even search for them, because all of them, this bigger, thicker, usually every second or third frame you have a big massive beam, and this is on which the deck, usually planking on the deck were nailed. So this is what we have to mark on our deck and where I have to put nails. So this is very good to have such book, but I want to check in the drawings. So what do we have here? This is rigging. definitely nothing on the deck. What do we have here? Here we have planking on the decks, but nothing about beams. Nope. We have just planking and nothing else. Okay, how about the next drawing? And this one also with rigging. Yes, it is with rigging, it's with standing rigging. So the wrong one again. And actually the last one is, this is just bulkheads. Yes, nothing about beams. But I definitely have seen it in the instructions, so let's check the instructions. Planking and detailing the bulkhead. No, I need decks. In what moment? Nails. We can see nails on the this photo instructions, so let me make it a little clearer. So they were positioned just intuitively where they have to be, like you have to have something on what your hatch is positioned or supporting. So just the prototype model, actually we have the schematic scheme here. This is exactly how it should be. But actually on the prototype model we can see one nail on each plank, but on the diagram, shows you the correct position of nails. 2 nails on each plank on every beam, and where we have butt joints we have 2 nails on each end of the plank. And I believe the modeler who was building, I believe it was Chuck Passaro instruction and model prototype prepared by Chuck Passaro. Yeah, now I understand. So yes, he has just positioned all the beams exactly where they should be, and looks like actually they are from this book. Let's check. I need the ruler. It was a moment ago here. So yes, we have beams. Actually, not really. I found a mistake. So I believe this is the bow, this is the stern part. So I will position this drawing like this. And look at this carefully. On the Chuck Passaro's model we have nails here, and then he shifts right here, but the beam is exactly on the end or on the edge of the hatch. We have one big beam in the beginning and in the end, exactly where the hatch begins and ends. And then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4 additional beams. And on Chuck's model we have 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. But here he marked exactly how it should be, but here a small mess. So we will mark our model according to these drawings from the book. And I have shown this book before. This is MAYFLOWER, Williams Baker MAYFLOWER. This is exactly the diagrams or drawings on which the MAYFLOWER 2 was built, and we are building exactly this MAYFLOWER 2. So let's use then this book, then instructions, because on the drawings we don't have these details, and in the instructions I just found mess. So I will keep it here. And I want to show you how I was scraping off the small decks here. I was just using blades for utility knives. Usually I'm sharpening them with, I have this Proxon's disc sander, so I can sharpen also. I like to sharpen this wider part or thicker part and scrape with it, but since I don't have it here, I'm using just blades from the kit with knife, so I can scrape it easily. Usually I need to hold it in such a way so it won't move, and I can scrape it like this. So this one is already perfectly flat, and I also sanded it with Scotch-Brite or polished it with Scotch-Brite if I can find it. So I will scrape the main deck, and then I will apply cyanoacrylate. Or I can apply cyanoacrylate on these 2 decks, and then we'll scrape main deck if I will find my cyanoacrylate. I can't see properly on my screen on the laptop. I will use toothpick to spread it. You know this liquid, the thinnest cyanoacrylate with brush, this is the best one to use, but I have some troubles here to find something. So I just found something absolutely new for me, never used it before, Mustang Terminator. So this is, I can't say that this is really very thin cyanoacrylate, it's just liquid cyanoacrylate, the only one which I could find. Usually, at the moment I have a lot of this type of cyanoacrylate, this is gel. It's very convenient, for example, for gluing nails, toothpicks, because it cures a little longer than the thinnest cyanoacrylate, but I need thin one at the moment and I can't find it. So we'll use what I have here. Just I want to check the camera. And why it is like this? Okay. Okay, so, and toothpicks. Just a moment ago I took a few and don't know where they are. So it is not the thinnest one, but better something than nothing at all. And you can see immediately how you can see each edge of the plank is immediately becomes visible. Maybe a little over did it with glue. It's okay, we'll clean it later. And I can just clean it a little with a paper towel, less scraping later. And this one actually cures also a little longer, like gel cyanoacrylate. Okay, I need to keep it somewhere. And I will repeat the same on this deck. Let me check camera also. I hope it is visible that you immediately can see each edge of the plank. It becomes visible. So also sort of instead of caulking, I'm doing this. Another piece of paper towel. Too much glue. And the deck itself becomes such juicy. But actually when I will scrape the glue, this glue will stay only between planks or strips, so it will be only in these cracks. So it won't be that juicy, but I will use oils probably, or shellac, I haven't decided yet. For deck or entire model, actually I haven't decided yet. Ouch! But preferably not sticking your fingers into it, it's sticky. And how about again to find the field of depth on the main deck, because I need to scrape it. And what part is visible? Let me check it. my glue. Oh, and of course I disconnected my laptop. Give me a second. Today is not my day. Everything is jumping. Everything I'm breaking today, so I need to connect my laptop or it will die in the process of streaming. Give me a second. This is also because of this marathon between electricity, and usually like, oh, in 15 minutes we will have electricity, and they usually sometimes delay. So this is what happened right in front of the live stream, and I have to connect everything, and there was a delay. If I can, actually, usually I'm doing this on my knees because I can clamp model with my knees and can work in both directions. But right now I'm just trying to hold it with my chest and can scrape only towards myself. Not really convenient, but doable. To think, how can I fix it in one place? It is not very convenient with one hand. Maybe I will break it. If I can, I can. I almost haven't missed anything. I just showed at the very beginning my sample with nails. So right now I'm applying cyanoacrylate on the forecastle deck and on the stern castle deck. While it is drying, I'm scraping the main deck. And this is very important task to make the surface even. So this is what I'm doing right now with the blade from utility knife. And this is the most tricky place, closer to the bulkheads. Actually, I was surprised that the same trick worked on the basswood when I was scraping Philadelphia gunboat, because I thought that this is very soft wood, basswood is impossible to scrape, and it worked on the basswood also, so this is definitely worth to do it on your model if you want to get perfect surface. Because even the perfect strips, if you will glue them, you will get this uneven surfaces, so you have to scrape it, sand it, polish it before you will get the ideal surface. And even if you are cutting strips yourself, and sometimes you can get these burned edges or these traces from the blades, these brownish lines. I'm using them like marks. When they disappear, then the entire surface is scraped completely. So this is under this brownish, dirtyish layer, you can see the clear wood. And today, under today's video, before the live stream, I put a link to the website where you can buy different dimensions of wooden strips, of boxwood, pear, cherry, walnut, yellow cedar, boxwood I said also, something else. There you can find lots of different woods in lots of dimensions, so we can replace in every kit everything what you don't like in the kit. And as I said before, we have more or less cheap kits, but it is with basswood, and if you want to make your model more beautiful or more valuable, then it's definitely worth to replace wooden materials for something like more classical. I call it classical. Like all these contemporary models, they were built mostly out of boxwood and pear. Ebony, of course, holly. So everything you can find on that website in the description under the video. I think this part of the deck already is perfect. Just more scraping in the very middle and next to the bulkheads. Maybe I will take another half of this blade. Yeah, so I'm using just blades, so they are losing their sharpness very fast, so probably I will use a few more blades, or much better. But as I said, I just don't have here my disc sander to sharpen them, so but it's worth to spend entire blade for this very important task, to scrape the deck. I don't know if you can hear this noise, I'm sorry if it is too loud, but I have to do this. maybe I will take another one, long and sharp. And I need to scrape it next to the bulkhead. This will be a challenge. I need to hold it also. Hope it will not be microphone. It's more convenient with a small one. Here somewhere scotch paper, right? So I can see something. Oh, very pleasant noise. Perfect. We'll do more here. Oh, I found convenient position. My model is not jumping, and I can do it next to the bulkhead also. Oof. You can see that I still have to scrape more because this plank with marking of the mast is lower than others. So that's why I'm scraping it until I will scrape also this pencil mark. Then it will be even. Because visually it's like already alright, but not practically. Have somewhere bigger and sharper blade, but it is not convenient to work with big one. Even when I'm touching it's perfect, but usually it's not perfect. Still pencil is there. Oh, almost there. Almost. Yay! And almost no pencil here. So finally it's scraped. Just need to scrape more next to the bulkhead. More scraping here. I will try from this side. If it is really very annoying noise, I just can't turn on the music while I'm doing this. So just not to sow your ears, because this is really very unpleasant noise. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Once I got a nickname, Sawdust Maker. This is because I really like to saw something, cut something on the table saw. And I was constantly producing tons of sawdust. So this is my nickname. I'm searching for a bigger blade. Just at the moment I'm making dust just with such blade. And this is true, my favorite power tool, this is table saw. And that was my usually task, to cut all the strips, everything on the table saw in group builds. So this is what I was doing, and that's why I'm Sawdust Maker. It is a little dusty, but I think it's already good enough for making nails. I will scrape it one more time when I will use cyanoacrylate. So I just can use white Scotch Brite to polish it a little, just to be sure that it is perfectly scraped, to clean all the dust. And maybe a little more scraping right here. In the very, very middle. Okay, I think it's time to scrape all this glue. Actually, good cyanoacrylate. It is practically without smell. I like it already. And now we can see the difference where we haven't applied cyanoacrylate, it's like solid wood, and where I have applied cyanoacrylate you can see strips of wood. So that was the goal, to get these visible strips or edges of the planks. Almost. Now I see that this plank is still a little lower than others, so I need to scrape here more. A little more here. Almost ready for nails. I need a paper towel. Perfectly polished even already, even without Scotch Brite. jumping all over the place. Okay, I think you can see it on the screen. It is visible. So you can see these edges between caulking, let's say, and how solid the deck without glue. So this is what we were trying to achieve. And same on this small deck. Perfect. It's so perfect that no need in Scotch Brite, but this is just a habit. Yes, there is a huge advantage when you are using sandpaper and if your deck wasn't planed evenly. So you just will sand, you literally just will polish it, but your deck will be such uneven. You just can get something flat and just check this radius or curve of the deck. You will see that it is not a perfect curve. When you are scraping it, it's already so perfect. So it's like that thickness planner. When you are, for example, you have board, looks like it's, for example, 25 millimeters thick, but you can see some uneven cuts, and when you start doing, like, trying to get the perfectly clean and flat surface, when you will sand it to that point, you will get board like 5 millimeters thinner. So same happens here. When you are gluing planks, one is even the same thickness of strips, you can get one plank higher, thicker layer of glue, one is lower, and this uneven surface to even entire deck, you have to scrape it. It's really difficult to explain in my own native language. Just try it, and then you will see the difference. If you were sanding your decks only before, after scraping the deck, you will see the huge difference. My first models were also just sanded with sandpaper, and when my trainer showed me this trick, like, oh my god, how stupid I was. This is so easy and such higher level of quality of your deck immediately just to scrape it. This is really a big difference between the two. So I want to apply cyanoacrylate on the main deck, and while it is drying, I want to mark my stern castle and poop deck, also is the second name of it, where I need to make nails, trannels. So where's my cyanoacrylate? Okay, I found this. I have actually two sticks here, and I have my cyanoacrylate here. Okay, this one goes here, and I need to clean it a little so it will dry faster. Okay, let it dry. And I will turn off microphone and will vacuum clean everything what I created here, all this mess, so I can continue working without sticking all this dust to my decks, etc. So let me clean it. And I will protect your ears this time. And yes, don't vacuum clean your already built model. While it is in the process like this, it is perfect to use vacuum cleaner, but when you already glue in small parts, details, better not to vacuum clean your model. And now I will use my book because I want to mark beams. And I don't want to mark it with pencil because I have to scrape it again. I want to use masking tape. So I will just glue it to my cutting mat, will cut it with a scalpel to thin strips, like 1.5 millimeters thin. And I need ruler. I will need very thin strips. I'm planning to show you at least on one deck how to do this, and if I won't be able to complete all 3 decks today, this is what I will do behind the screen, but this will be exactly the same technique which I want to show you. And I hope I have enough time at least to show you this on the forecastle deck. Oh, just made a mistake a little. Move the ruler. So, let's mark it. I want to put this deck in the middle of the screen, preferably. And of course we have two beams where we have the hatch, which actually is interesting. In the book the hatch is on this side, or this is the main deck. No, oh no, it's main deck, right. So yeah, this is the upper deck. We have one right behind the mast, one on the hatch, another one on the hatch. 1, 2, 3, 3 beams. And just to check what we have in the instructions. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the forecastle deck is correct in the instructions. So let's glue it. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Now I can check. 16.5. Oh, oops. A little wider in the end. Mm-hmm. 16.7, practically 16.5. 1. Now how about the next one? Of course we have beam in the beginning and at the end, but they won't be visible. There will be additional structures, so I'm marking only 3 in the middle. The third one. It's interesting, I need to check this. The size of the hatch on the drawings is much bigger than what marked here. So let me check it. I don't like this situation here. And I believe this is the same scale here what was on the previous pages. 33 millimeters and 20 feet in millimeters. I just need to convert it into a metric system because I'm still thinking in metric system, so I need to check 20 feet into millimeters. Please. It's 6,096 millimeters. 6,096, and we have 33 millimeters in scale. So it is 185 this scale, and our model is 76 or 74. 76, I believe. Let me measure this hatch here. Actually, I want the most top, if I have such drawing. No? Okay, then between beams. It's 4 millimeters between beams. So So for 185 and divided on our scale 1 to 76, it should be 9.74. And I have sort of 9.74. So that is correct. Okay, I will mark another one. Just looks weird. And the next one, right behind the mast. Behind this open hatch. Really something very weird. Or the hatch positioned incorrectly. Because something really is not right with this hatch, because here between ledges I believe the proper term, it is 1, 2, 3.5 millimeters, and in scale it is 3.5. 8.5. So here should be between 8.5, and I have only 6.5. I believe I have to cut it a little, I remember. But why it is so weird? Or I have to check. Maybe the hatch itself should be on top of the plank, and then it makes sense. This is interesting. Any construction drawing or diagram of it. This is only rigging, but I have fantastic opportunity to measure this small hatch on the drawing from the kit. Eight millimeters. Seven and a half, almost practically 8 millimeters. Right. That is correct. Then what should I do with this? Why it is so weird? Because by visually this one should be even between these two beams. And this is what actually Chuck Passaro did. He just positioned evenly 3 beams on these drawings. Oh, let me show you this. This is what he did here. 3 beams just evenly positioned. But he just marked nails, even 1 nail on each plank, just to show that there are some beams. And I want to put 2 nails on each plank on every beam. So I just want to make it visually correct, and I will move this one. Oh, or I will take a different one. This is the game. If you want to make your kit more historically accurate, you have sometimes to sacrifice something. So this is exactly what I'm doing now. So I will put somewhere here, and I will move this one farther. So visually it will be more or less correct. Because I need plan of the deck and nothing in the book. Can't be like this. It was somewhere here, some drawings, also one drawing with rigging. Come on, come on, come on. Right here. But not deck. This is only what is available. Where is the drawing? Any additional? We just have such a distance between two hatches which we don't have on the drawing. So, or just in the kit the position of this one is incorrect. And how about to measure this dimension? Entire deck, just to check if I have calculated proper scale. 20 and a half. 20 and a half. 76 millimeters. So the length of the deck, 76 millimeters. I haven't sanded it properly, but oh, it's 61. Then it is not 1:85 scale here. Oh no, I have made a mistake. Sorry. 20 and a half. $50 millimeters, and I have here actually 61, 60. Okay. Interesting. Then what is the scale? Because it is exactly 60 millimeters. So I made a mistake with the scale. Then it should be something on 250, no, or 200 actually. It's 220 scale. Wow. Then let me measure one more time distance between beams. 4 millimeters on this drawing. It should be 11.6, and I have here 13 and a half, 14 and a half. 4 and a half. Okay, visually it should be like this. Visually. Then I will make it visually correct. Let's move to another deck and find another bug there. So what do we have here in the instructions? If we have any close picture of the, no, we don't have of this deck. Okay, we just will mark it from the book. Not a big deal. I don't have here a good quality picture. It's from the far, so it's not visible. But in the book, on this small poop deck, I believe, half, if it is a quarter deck, so, or half deck, then this poop deck, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beams. How about the length of the deck? Just to calculate it, 70 27 millimeters.
Just to check scale one more time. 22.
Or something wrong with the design of the kit, because I have absolutely different dimensions. It should be 7 millimeters shorter. So maybe I calculated the
Correct scale at the very beginning, 185.
$77. And I have here 22. So it should be much shorter. It should be actually 54 millimeters. So it should be right here. End of the deck should be somewhere here. Such short one. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, again, then I will make it visually correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beams. I need more strips.
Just playing in game. Let's make it visually correct. If you don't have drawings, then you just have to mark when it is obviously with a beam, like beginning and end of the hatch, or position of the mast can't hang on the beam or in the air, so it's definitely somewhere there. Also for the beads also can't hang in the air. This is what I quite often can see on the models, first model or just beginners models. People just mark just like every 25 millimeters, for example, beam. It's incorrect. They weren't at even distances. They were sometimes in very strange position. But sometimes I can see like mast stands in the middle of the beam. It's incorrect. Or hatches hanging in the air. It's incorrect. Okay, let's mark it. So I will mark middle one and 2 on each side. Let me check. This one's Broken strip.
Now I will make 2 beams on each side, plus minus evenly. Position. Something isn't right.
Two more. And the last one.
5, 5, and it is correct. So something like this. Just to check one more time before drilling holes, it is important to check if I can find something. Actually, on this deck there are no nails, or not at this stage. Let's check it further. This is already rigging. Okay, any comments about this planking the decks? It is construct the hatches from the strips. Okay, the poop deck bulkhead should be planked the same way. Thank you. The forecastle deck has 2 hatches. Good. First, created on the run. Okay. Oh, this hatch was covered with boards. Okay, I know that. This is it. You can plank it as you did the other decks. Thank you. So nothing useful actually. And about bulkheads. So I was planning to touch them today, but apparently no, I don't have time. So let's imitate nails at least on one deck. And it will be just logical end for today's episode. So I will need something to mark my nails. I sharpened my file, sacrificed proper working one, just sharpen it with this tool. This is only what I have at the moment. So, and this is what I will use for drilling the holes. And actually this is also quite often or frequently asked question, what's the diameter of trannels? Usually on the warships it is from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. This is a small vessel, so I think I will go with the golden middle, so about 30 millimeters, and in our scale 30 millimeters. Let me check one more time because I forgot already. In scale 1 to 76 it's 0.39 millimeters, and I have drill 0.4, so this is what I will use. Okay, I need to also replace it. Couldn't find my favorite drills. This is also frequently asked question, what drill bits I'm using. And just because of the war, lots of manufacturers, especially local small businesses, they just closed. It's no longer for them, or people are somewhere on the front line. That's why businesses also can be closed. And this is also the tragedy. You can see lots of women around. In Kyiv, lots of refugees. And almost no males. Very weird. No, it's not straight. Just to position it a little. And I like Proxon rotary tools because even the smallest diameters like this one, 0.4, you can't position it properly. If you will position it properly, there are no beating, your drill is going straight. without any that extra softens. When usually these China's drills, you are touching the surface and drill like go inside the rotary tool. It's also not comfortable and convenient to do. Did even worse. Okay. This is very important with the small diameters. They are very thin. Oh, like this. Oh, didn't mean to damage my deck. But no beating, no ellipse shape, and if you are actually drilling, when you are touching the surface, the drill is not going inside. This is really very convenient. Okay, let me position camera. Some dust still. So I'm marking 2 nails on each plank.
And better to mark it, then your drill won't dance around it. It's just like spot where the drill will go straight inside the wood. That is why it is important to mark. And one more. This is my mark for the mast.
Now it's time to drill, and I can bring camera closer so you can see it. So give me a second. I'm sorry for this inconvenience, but this is exactly what happens when you have manual zoom, I call it. This is just because I have only fixed focal length, so that's why I have to move back or closer if I want to show you something. But now I think I can show you everything much closer. And if I will drill, I won't close everything. Good. So let's drill it. Visible, good. This one might drill a bit. Oops. Why it is so dancing? Like it is not sharp at all. Apparently I have one sharp drill and one is not, because I have two of them, and this one is not sharp at all. Now I can remove it. Now it's time for toothpicks. And as I said before, I like this, where are they? These soft ones, but they are quite thick. They have very thick ends. It's impossible to install in 0.4 millimeters hole, so I have to sharpen them. So this is what I will do with this tool. Here. So let's sharpen toothpicks. And I can use them after I cut them. I can sharpen them again and use them until they completely disappears. The disc sander, but since I don't have it here, I have my rotary tool. Of course, the fastest way also to use putty, wood putty, oil-based putty. I like oil-based putties, especially if I want to use oils after applying this putty. But today, on this model, I want to use wooden trannels, real trannels. Oh, of course, they are not real, but they will look like real trannels, wooden ones. This is small scale, but still possible to make them. I don't know how many more I need. I can glue these and then I can cut them and sand again or sharpen them again.
also I want to cut them into halves. It will be easier to install. This can be any kind of wood. If you can, for example, buy some strips, even if they are square-ish, 1 millimeter square strip, you can sharpen like this on the rotary tool or on the disc sander and use any kind of wood for tunnels. So I will use also the same cyanoacrylate glue. I have a few already. Toothpicks in cyanoacrylate which I used today. Okay, where is the glue? The glue is here. So this is what I will do. I can keep it here. And I like this specific one because it cures not instantly. You still have time to install it, to push it deeper. So I need to remember this manufacturer. Mustang. Never seen this one before even.
3 more. I can sharpen more, or I can just cut these, resharpen them. So, tough choice. Probably I will sharpen more because this, as I said, this glue, this specific one, cures much longer than your regular thin cyanoacrylate, so I would like to wait more while it is drying. So we'll just sharpen more. So again, doing exactly the same to this bench of toothpicks what I did to the previous ones. Just want to sharpen them so I can install them in the hole 0.4 millimeters in diameter. Only one problem is right now for me is to read comments. They are too far, and I forgot to open my phone with the chat. Okay, let's glue more tunnels, but I want to sand also this foredeck. So just to show you entire technique of these tunnels. Maybe I should open the chat on my phone so I can see questions. Come on. Come on, open it. Okay, let's glue more. Again, this cyanoacrylate will hold the toothpicks while I'm sanding, cutting them, and then when I will apply finishes, that layer of finish will hold it in position forever. Because cyanoacrylate has a very short life. 10-15 years, depends from the manufacturer what the formula of the glue. And that is why I prefer PVA glue and all these types, like Tide Bond, also PVA D3 standard or Type 2, because they are reversible and they have very long life.
more. Oops. Meditation. Deep into glue, stick into the hole, deep into the glue, stick into the hole. Okay, now I probably have to cut the first bunch or first beam so I can sharpen them and use again. So I will sharpen them and I can complete my trannels on the forecastle deck. Tell us about your cub model? I can't see again the lowest comment as usually, and there's some stuff. Oh, this drill doesn't have number. This is just 0.4 millimeters in diameter. What else I missed? If I missed any comments, questions, just drop them in the regular comments under the video, and in the moment I have electricity I will try to answer them. Just in Ukraine it's a little complicated, but in the moment I will get back home I will answer everything, and I have collected probably already thousands of comments. So I'm sorry for not answering them immediately. I just really don't have the internet and electricity, and that's why I don't have internet. And mobile internet is so low quality. Ouch, just destroyed one toothpick.
Thank you very much, Bill, for your support. I really appreciate it. And this is actually what keeps my channel working also here in Kyiv. So thank you so much. This is really means a lot to me. Okay, I think I have enough sharpened toothpicks. Just want to complete it and send this part of the deck so I can work on the main deck behind the screen, because practically I will be doing exactly the same. I will scrape the cyanoacrylate layer, will mark my beams, drill the holes, and will imitate tunnels with toothpicks. So the longest and the most boring process is just to sharpen all these toothpicks. Okay, so let's cut them. I will keep this last row of them a little longer. So I will work with the previous beam. Oh, good job. Just rip them off. I have a few sharpened toothpicks because I just pulled out two beautiful nails. One more. I need one more. I definitely have to hold this cyanoacrylate, this specific one, longer, because it is not drying quick. It's good in some places, but like right now it's not good. Maybe I can put it like this, it will be easier to count. Not the sharpest cutters also, but I'm using what I have. It's not cutting, it's chewing the wood. I need to reglue one more tunnel.
try one more time to cut them. Oops, the glue one more. Just pulling them out with these cutters, because instead of cut, I'm really chewing this wood. I'm in a hurry to show you the end result also, but probably I will keep the rest of my nails at least 1 hour to dry. Okay, one more nail. One more to glue.
Excuse me, a little dusty work.
Now I will carefully sand it a little. Let's see how many more nails I need to glue. Like here, for example, already. This, yeah, it's broken one, so definitely need to reglue one.
Oh, thank you. This is just dust from toothpicks. Makes me sneezing.
Ouch.
That was not the plan.
It was too thin, too thick, it just decided to break. How many more I will rip out of these holes. Okay, I will fill the 2 nails which fall out. I just want to show you the result before I will end this live stream today. This is, I believe, 240 sandpaper.
But I will use my blade. Where is it?
Again, same blade. So to get the best result.
This is how it should look like, and a little scope of Scotch-Brite. I need to install one more nail here.
Oh, good thing that it is only one.
And when I will apply oil, these nails and deck will get juicy, rich color. I can show you with just a drop of water how it will look like. Something like this. It will be juicy and it will be very visible. So this is just a drop of water. If you want to check how your wood will look like with oil, under oil, plus minus, you can just use a drop of water. So with this, I believe this is it for today. So see you next week, and I hope that next week we will work on the bulkheads, because I will work on the decks behind the screen. Maybe I will make 1 or 2 bulkheads, and we'll keep one for the live stream, so we can make one and glue all of them in the proper places and can prepare the model for the second layer of planking. So this is the plan. We'll see how it will go during the week, because everything depends on the electricity in my case. So with this, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for joining me in this adventure with this little model. And I like this one. It's becomes more pretty and pretty every day. So I really like this one. Very beautiful. And I like galleons and carracks in general, so that's why I like probably this one so much. So with this, I wish you a very nice rest of the day or evening in my case. And see you next weekend, guys. Bye!